We're not going to get the cause of, I think that it might be coming. However, it might be vague. We might hear things like homicidal trauma and non-specific homicidal trauma.
What do you think might have happened?
Could have been an overdose, and they panicked and hid her body, or because they probably didn't want to expose the relation. They're worried about exposing the relationship between him and a minor.
We got an address. There was a gunshot and a woman scream. What? I'm serious. That's why we came up here like this, because and then they talked to the caller. Whoever they were talking to said that there's a person. No, sir. No, sir.
Can anyone truly make sense of what is happening right now? The investigation into Celeste Reva's death has taken a disturbing turn that no one saw coming. Each new update from detectives reveals something darker, something that feels more like a nightmare than a case. It has been weeks since her body was found inside the Tesla registered to David. But now police believe she may not have even died there. Detectives have searched the home linked to him from top to bottom, looking for traces of blood or signs of a struggle. The medical examiner's office got involved after uncovering alarming inconsistencies during Celeste's autopsy. And here is where things get even more chilling. Her official cause of death is still listed as deferred. That means no one can say for sure what actually killed her. Somewhere between that house, that car, and the people who last saw her alive, the truth is hiding. This is far from another Hollywood gossip headline. It has become one of Los Angeles' most unsettling mysteries in recent years. Investigators say the moment they stepped into that Hollywood Hills home connected to David, they knew something was off. The fact that they were testing for blood tells you everything. That level of investigation means police already suspect violence took place inside. They are not chasing rumors anymore. They are chasing evidence. Even more haunting, the results from those forensic tests still have not been released. No one outside law enforcement knows whether what they found in that house matches the evidence inside the car. If it does, this entire story could shift overnight. LAPD Commander Scott Williams told People magazine that the Tesla had been parked in the same spot for weeks. He even suggested Celeste might have been dead that entire time before anyone discovered her. Imagine that. A car sitting quietly on a Los Angeles street collecting dust, while her loved ones were still hoping she would come home. That single image captures just how badly this case was mishandled from day one. And to make matters worse, the car was not even found because of a police search. It was discovered only after parking enforcement tagged it for towing. That is how Celeste's body was found. And that single detail has left people heartbroken. If she truly had been in that car for weeks, it means there were countless missed chances to find her, maybe even save her. What is surfacing now makes everything even more complicated. Friends who used to party with David told TMZ they genuinely believed Celeste was his girlfriend. No one questioned it. No one suspected anything. They said they were shocked when the truth came out, that she was actually younger than everyone thought. People from the LA music scene said David often showed up to events with her, and everyone just assumed she was some college girl, maybe a USC student. Some said she claimed to be 19, and she looked the part. But when the real details about her age came out, everything changed instantly. The entire story took on a darker, more disturbing meaning, and here's where things start to raise even more questions. Once investigators confirmed that the Tesla was registered to David, everyone began asking the same thing. How did no one notice for so long? TMZ even broke down how Tesla's system works, and the explanation only makes the situation more unsettling. The 2023 Model Y doesn't use a standard key or fob anymore. Everything operates through the Tesla app, which automatically sends a notification if the trunk stays open for more than 10 minutes. That means if someone was putting Celeste into that car, there's a real chance David could have received an alert on his phone. No one can say for sure, of course. Maybe he had the notifications turned off, or maybe he was using a key card instead of the app. But even then, it is a detail that is impossible to ignore. Just when people thought the case could not get any stranger, the medical examiner's report turned everything upside down. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, Celeste's autopsy did not reveal any clear cause of death. Her report was officially marked as deferred. In simple terms, that means the doctors could not determine how she died. At least, not yet. They completed the physical examination, but something about what they found did not match any of the early theories floating around online. That uncertainty is exactly what makes this so chilling. Now, everything is on hold while investigators wait for toxicology results. And if you have followed cases like this before, you know that kind of delay usually signals trouble. But the biggest shock came from what was not found. The report confirmed that Celeste was not pregnant, instantly shutting down the rumors that had exploded online after her death. Those wild stories twisting her name before the facts were even clear. Gone. Still, the real mystery remains buried in what the report left out. How she died. And why. The LAPD released a statement through Complex, saying they still cannot officially call this a homicide until the cause of death is confirmed. Their words were chilling. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner still has not determined the exact cause or manner of Celeste Rivas Hernandez's death. But what really stunned people was one haunting line in the report, beyond the concealment of her body. Those words hit hard because they suggest someone deliberately hid her. Someone knew she was gone and made the choice to stay silent. Despite that, police continue to insist that David is not an official suspect. At least not yet. But it is hard for anyone to believe that. His name is on the Tesla. The car was parked outside a property connected to him. Investigators are testing that same home for traces of blood. Whether or not he was directly involved, his link to this case cannot be brushed aside. While the internet keeps boiling over with theories, leaked statements, and online debates, Celeste's family is living through something far worse. A nightmare that no parent should ever face. They have already experienced the kind of loss that words cannot describe. Celeste has been laid to rest at the Queen of Heaven Cemetery in Rowland Heights, California, a place that now holds the silence her story still has not found. The service was quiet, set beneath a large white tent. It was simple, emotional, and surrounded by people who loved her deeply. From the photos shared by TMZ, you could almost feel the grief in the air. No flashing lights, no crowds, just family and close friends trying to make sense of something that still does not feel real. The funeral took place on October 6th, nearly 2 weeks after her body was finally released to her family. Imagine the agony of knowing your child is gone, but being unable to bring them home because of an ongoing investigation. This was not a public spectacle or a celebrity-style memorial. It was intimate, quiet, and hidden from the chaos online. A space for real mourning, while the internet turned her story into noise. But even as her loved ones tried to grieve, a new detail made everything more disturbing. Private investigator Steve Feiser, who has been following the case closely, revealed what he saw when he examined the Tesla. He said the vehicle did not just look dirty, it looked like it had been through something. In his words, the car almost looks like it's been off-road in the desert or something. He described deep dents in the back, torn up wheel wells, and a thick layer of dust coating the body. It looked like the car had taken a beating before being abandoned for weeks. If that is true, this is no longer just about what happened inside the car. It is about where that car went before anyone found it.
Looks like it's been off-road out in the desert or something. It's the wheel, wells are all beat up. There's a huge dent.
Just when it seemed like this situation could not possibly get any darker, it does. Because once you start connecting the dots, it becomes clear this tragedy did not just appear out of thin air. It was building for years, rooted in something much deeper and far more disturbing. The warning signs were there, and they were real. A former classmate who once dated Celeste in middle school spoke with TMZ, and what he said was heartbreaking. He described her as kind, thoughtful, but always carrying a sadness she tried to hide. According to him, her home life was tense, endless arguments with her mother, moments of silence that felt heavy, and every now and then, she would joke about running away or disappearing for good.
You have of Celeste?
We were at PE, and she told me, my friend, that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it. And the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
At the time, it probably sounded like something any frustrated teenager might say. But looking back now, it feels like she was reaching out for help in the only way she knew how. And that was not the only red flag. TMZ later revealed that Celeste had run away from home more than once in 2024. Not every time was a full disappearance, but it was enough to worry those who knew her. One piece of security footage from a liquor store near her home in Lake Senor caught her walking alone early one morning in March, dressed in a black hoodie and white pants. Her family confirmed it was definitely her. That clip haunted people because it proved she was serious. She was not just talking about leaving, she had already made up her mind. And that is what makes everything that followed so much harder to accept. It now seems like Celeste had been trying to escape something long before any of this became public. She was not chasing fame or attention. She probably just wanted a little peace. But peace is the one thing this story has not had since the day her body was found. Because right after police identified her, chaos broke loose around David. Not because of any new discovery, but because of something much stranger. Just days after the case went public, police rushed to David's Texas home after a 911 call reported gunshots and a woman screaming. Officers expected another emergency connected to the case, but when they arrived, the house was silent. That is when they realized it was all fake, a full-on swatting. And it happened right in the middle of one of the most sensitive investigations of the year. Body cam footage later showed officers speaking with David's father, who looked stunned, saying, "Someone's messing with us." And that is exactly how it looked. Like someone out there wanted to keep the chaos alive, even if it meant putting another family in danger.
We got an address, there was a gunshot and a woman scream. What? I'm serious, that's why we came up here like this, because and then they talked to the caller, whoever they were talking to said that there's a person. No sooner.
Now, with the investigation barely holding together, there is only one thing left that can finally bring clarity: the final autopsy results. Because if even half of what insiders are whispering turns out to be true, David's silence will not protect him this time. Whatever the medical examiner uncovered in that report might be the one thing he cannot escape. What do you think really happened here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, because this story is far from over. See you in the next one.